Every now and then, a nation gives birth to a figure that transcends the screen. For Turkey, that name is Demet Özdemir. She's not just an actress, she's a soul that shines with authenticity, effort, and sensitivity. Her success isn't just measured by awards or fame, but by the mark she leaves in people's hearts. Her serene presence and natural elegance don't hide the struggle behind her story, a career built without scandals, without stepping on others, rooted in hard work, respect, and humility. Her serene presence and natural elegance don't hide the struggle behind her story, a career built without scandals, without stepping on others, rooted in hard work, respect, and humility. In a world where many rise by causing chaos, Demet chose silence, discipline, and talent. And that talent is felt in everything she does, acting, dancing, singing. She doesn't play roles, she lives them. She doesn't just move with the music. She expresses deep emotion through every gesture. Her scenes move the audience because they're real. She doesn't manipulate. She connects through truth. In the industry, everyone speaks of her with admiration. Technicians, directors, makeup artists all highlight her kindness and respect. Her success isn't the product of a carefully crafted public image, but a reflection of her genuine self. And today, that's rare. Demet represents a new kind of public figure. Strong, quiet, firm. She doesn't need scandal to stand out. Even in silence, she shines. That's why she's admired not only by men, but especially by women. Many see themselves in her, a symbol of strength, authenticity, elegance, and freedom. Now, with new projects ahead, her name is echoing beyond borders. It wouldn't be surprising to see her soon in major international productions. If anyone can embody art with dignity and depth, it's her. Demet is not just an artist. She's an example. Her journey proves that success is possible without losing your soul. In my view, Demet Özdemir is much more than a successful actress. She embodies the silent fight of a woman who has defended her space in an industry that has often tested, labeled, idealized, and reduced her to a past love story that no longer belongs to her. Many still link her only to Kanyaman, as if her identity depended on that connection. But those who've truly followed her know she's built much more. She's raised her voice. Demet isn't just talent, beauty, and presence. She's also a woman who has faced difficult moments with strength. She's been judged for her choices, lifestyle, silences, even her smile. But she never needed scandals to stay relevant. Her strength lies in quiet elegance, in growing without harming others, in turning each personal chapter into professional momentum. Some want to trap her in a past that no longer matters, but she chooses to move forward. Like Khan, she's had to endure the pressure of fans demanding an idealized version, and of media twisting her every move. She too has learned to protect herself, to build invisible walls. Not out of coldness but necessity. Because when a woman stops pleasing everyone, she becomes distant, difficult, calculating. Dios serel tu siatas nasiari. But the truth is, Demet has never been more authentic. Some still claim she only shined next to Kanyaman. I disagree. Her talent has been evident in every project she's chosen since, showing impressive growth from youthful charm to mature artistry, making her one of the top names in Turkish television today. And she's done it on her own without relying on the memory of a past relationship. What she had with Khan was real, meaningful, but it doesn't define her. It's not her whole story. In her private life, she's been careful. Some see this as coldness, I see it as strength. After being so exposed, she has every right to choose what to share. In a world obsessed with transparency, she chooses self-respect. She doesn't need to explain every step. She knows who she is, and that's enough. Like a Kanyaman, she's also embraced abroad. Italy, Spain, Brazil. Her talent speaks a universal language. Unlike others, she hasn't forced her international presence. She's let it happen naturally. And that makes it feel earned. I once read a comment that stuck with me. Everyone deserves to live where they feel welcomed. I think this also applies to the heart. Demet has learned to live in her own refuge, to prioritize well-being, to surround herself with true supporters. Demet has learned to live in her own refuge, to prioritize well-being, to surround herself with true supporters. She's not trying to please the whole world. She's building her life in freedom. That, to me, is real success. Demet is not just the actress from an unforgettable love story. She's a woman who's grown with grace, fallen and risen without noise. She's chosen silence when it would have been easier to scream. In a world that judges everything, she deserves respect, admiration, and the space to continue growing in her own way. Because if she's shown anything, it's that Demet shines alone. And with her own light. It's also important to note how she's crossed borders just like Can, well received in countries like Italy, Spain, and Brazil. Her acting, her presence, her energy, everything about her speaks a universal language. But unlike many, she didn't force her international rise, it happened naturally. As one fan wisely wrote, everyone has the right to live where they feel welcome. And that applies to the heart too. Demet has learned to live in her own refuge, to prioritize her well-being, to surround herself with those who truly support her. She is not trying to please the whole world, she's walking her path freely. And that to me is a deeper kind of success. Demet Özdemir is not just the actress who starred in a love story the public adored. She is a woman who has fallen, risen again, chosen silence when it was easier to scream. She has understood that, in public life, balance is a daily achievement. And for that, beyond all that said, she deserves respect, admiration, and space to keep growing on her own terms. Because if she's proven anything, it's this: she doesn't need anyone by her side to shine. Demet shines alone, and with her own light. So why doesn't Turkey want him back? Because times have changed. Today's viewers want humility, sincerity, and real emotion. Muscles and fame aren't enough. Success now is about touching the viewer's soul, and sadly, that's something Can hasn't achieved yet. Demet Özdemir, however, has shown how to navigate fame's storm with strength and grace. Despite constant judgment and scrutiny, she stayed true to herself. She evolved, took on new roles, and didn't rely on scandals. She didn't meet expectations. She surpassed them. Many remember her for her relationship with Kanyaman, but what sets her apart is what she did after. She reinvented herself without losing her identity. With elegance, calm, and dignity, she made silence her greatest strength. Today, looking at her journey, all I can feel is admiration. Demet is more than a talented actress. She's a symbol of independence, strength, and silent evolution.